It's so up first tonight, we have got Rosa Paroski, and no, nepotism is not a thing. This is actually my mother going to sing tonight, but let me give you a little bit of bio about her. Again, in addition to being my mom as well, she is a pastor's daughter, and ministry has always been a way of life for her. She led praise and worship for over 20 plus years at her parents' church, my grandparents' church, often from behind a keyboard, and also served on worship teams and led worship in other churches. However, in that small church, of course, as you can imagine, Rosa wore many different hats, organizing vacation Bible school, directing Easter and Christmas plays, planning events that help create space for people to encounter Jesus. Her heart is to make Jesus feel approachable and real, especially for those who have been led to believe he's distant or even hard to reach. She's a wife, a mom to three amazing sons, and a rah-rah to five sweet grandbabies. Also, God blessed her family with two wonderful daughter-in-laws who fit right into the story. Rosa is also a part of the podcast A Willing Heart, where she shares her faith filled conversations and practical encouragement for everyday life with Jesus. So, again, if that's an intro, and, again, as best I can. So, what have you got for us tonight? I understand you have a song called Mercy Seat to start with. What is that?
Mercy seats, it's where we all find ourselves at some point, right? So we find ourselves heading to the mercy seat, whether we've, you know, just coming to know the Lord, we all run to the mercy seat, or we run to the mercy seat. And even in knowing Him for a while, we find ourselves running back to that mercy seat. So the mercy seat is a place that we find really where we need to be, right? Because we all want to find ourselves closer to the Lord, because it's an eternal decision, right? And it is a place of like no other. So that's the mercy seat.
All right, we're ready.
Okay, here we go. In the darkness where everything is unknown, I face the power of sin on my own. I did not know of a place I could go where I could find a way to heal my wounded soul. He said that I could come into His presence without fear, into the holy place where His mercy hovers near. I'm running to the mercy seat where Jesus, He's calling. He said His grace would cover me and His blood would flow freely. He would provide the healing. I'm running to the mercy seat. I'm running to the mercy seat. Are you living where hope has not been? Lost in the curse of a lifetime of sin. Lovely illusions, they never came true. I know where there's a place of mercy for you. He said that you could come into His presence without fear, into the holy place where His mercy hovers near. Come running, come running, come running to the mercy seat where Jesus, He's calling. He said His grace would cover you and His blood would flow freely. He would provide the healing. Come running to the mercy seat. Come running to the mercy seat. Come running to the mercy seat.
Lord have mercy again. And not only just is it just a saying, it's also a space that we go to, right? Definitely something that, again, it's a place you go sometimes and we can always run back to it, right? That's definitely something that I love to hear. And, again, I have a little bit of a good story to tell that now I've heard that since I was a kid. And so it's always something that I remember you singing way back when. So, and it's always good to recall that back to mind as well. So again, now we've got a question for you. So again, you and I both have kind of a unique upbringing, I think, at least in terms of parents and grandparents being pastors. So a lot of people in the world sometimes think they have to be either in church or have been in church, have to be perfect to come to, as you say, the mercy seat or to God. Is that true in your estimation? Have you seen people sometimes miss a blessing because of that? I mean, do we have to be perfect to come to that mercy seat?
No, if we had been perfect, there would have been no need for the cross. But because we come to the mercy seat to begin our either our seeking of the Lord or our reconsecration, our reaffirming, our restoring, Him restoring us to the walk with Him. And no, we don't have to be perfect. We don't have to, a lot of people, they give up because they're trying to do it in their own strength. We don't have to do it in our own strength. We were never meant to do it in our own strength. We come to the Lord in our mess. We tell Him, "Here we are. Help me." And that's what He does. He comes along with us, and He begins to guide us in the things that I had somebody tell me one time, "I've quit this, I've quit that, I've quit this, I've quit that," and I'm like, "Well, that's the problem. You can't do it on your own. You can't do it without the Lord's help. You go to Him in everything that you are, and like we've all done it. We've all gone to Him and said, 'Here I am. Help me. Help me. Whatever you want out of me, Lord, begin to deal with me.'" And when we're trying to do it in our own strength, we're trying to give it up in our own strength. We're trying to move God with doing something in our own strength. We're trying to do it within us, but He doesn't need that. We just need Him, and then He'll come and He'll begin to move, and He'll begin to gradually take those things. Sometimes it's quick, and then sometimes He begins to gradually, and it's like He takes the desire of those things away from you. It's not like He wants you to quit lying, like boom, all of a sudden. Sometimes He'll just begin to be like, "Hey, I really didn't even have to lie about that, right? It was the little white lies. Maybe He wants you to give up those little white lies that you're telling, or maybe it's just some unforgiveness that's in your heart for somebody that." I had somebody tell me the other day they have unforgiveness about somebody in their life, and they've been gone long out of their life for a long time, and it's like forgiveness releases us, right? It releases you. It gets us out of the prison. So whatever the Lord wants out of us, He'll take care of. You just go to Him. Don't worry about trying to fix yourself before you come to Him. The cross was made for our mess, and so He's just waiting on us to come home, right? He's just waiting on us to go to Him, and He's just longing for us to be with Him again. So this song is called "Clean" because this is how we see ourselves. Anytime you look at yourself in the mirror, I don't know anybody that looks in the mirror and thinks, "Oh, I'm perfect," right? And we look in the mirror and we see one thing. We see all of our imperfection. It doesn't matter how good we look in any other. We will hone in on the imperfection, right? I have a granddaughter, and she's just perfect to me. She's beautiful, but I'm sure that when she looks in the mirror, she looks at her imperfection, But me, as her rah grandmother, I see everything beautiful about her. That I'm a grandma. Can we imagine how the Lord looks at us? He looks at us and He's like, "There they are. That's my child. That's who I love. That is who I went to the cross for." So this is just kind of how the Lord looks at us.
Okay.
I see shattered, you see whole. I see broken, but you see beautiful. And you're helping me wash me in mercy. I am clean. What was dead now, it lives again. My heart's beating, beating inside my chest. And I'm coming alive with joy and destiny. 'Cause you're restoring me piece by piece. There's nothing too dirty that you can't make worthy. You wash me in mercy. I am clean. There's nothing too dirty that you can't make worthy. You wash me in mercy. I am clean. Washed in the blood of your sacrifice, your blood flowed red and made me white. My dirty rags are purified. I'm clean. Washed in the blood of your sacrifice, your blood flowed red and made me white. My dirty rags are purified. I'm clean. I'm clean.
Beautiful, beautiful. And listening into that, it really kind of reminded me of the scripture, John 4:23-24. Now, this is again the NIV, but it says, "Yet a time is coming and now has come when the true worshipers will worship the Father in spirit and in truth, for they are the kind of worshipers the Father seeks." God is spirit, and his worshipers must worship in spirit and in truth. But talking about that, again, being in this ministry really since, I dare say you could walk or at least sing, right? How has your worship evolved over time? I mean, from being what, a young woman to, a married woman to a mom to a grandmother, and now with all this entire family underneath you as a matriarch. Surely worship and praise has had to change. Prayer life.
Well, definitely. I came in on the worship scene when Darlene Check just started out. So she was the first worship leader, like before worship became a genre, right? She was the first worship leader. And so I came in under her, and, there were things back then that even she played on the keyboard, I was like, I'll never be able to reach that. And, I can testify to the faithfulness of God that, you keep on. You don't let the enemy keep you from whatever the Lord has for you. Keep going and keep going and keep going, and watch God increase. It says there's a verse that says, "Little is much with God in it." You give him your little bit. You give him give him your little bit and let him do his work in it. It doesn't matter how, you may think, well, I remember I used to think there'd be no way I could ever play any of those songs. I don't know those keys, because back in the day I didn't know what I know now, but it was because of faithfulness and sticking and staying. Even when I, didn't know what I thought I should know, I just took what I had then, and I gave it to God, And then, you go through all those periods, and, when she came on, it was so sweet, the worship, because the worship was about the Lord. The worship was all about Jesus then. Yeah. And then it began to become commercialized, it became, about everything being perfect and everything being, the lights, camera, action, fog machines, and all the things, right? And then it just became commercialized, and so, like, everything just had to be perfect. And that's, that was fine for a time, but then when you left the Lord behind, when he became not the focus, right? He became just a side note. We were singing about him, but it wasn't to him. And so when I've seen the phases of it. I've seen it come in where it was sweet, and then it got up to where'd God go? Where, we left. Where is he? And I kind of see now it's really people are trying to pursue the Lord in spirit and in truth, and with their true heart of worship. And hopefully the closer we get to his return, if it's for a corporate body or for ourselves, that we find ourselves that it is about him no matter what we're doing. Hitting the right keys and singing the right notes is great, but it all has to come back to him. When all that's stripped away, when we're not in the corporate body, when we're at home alone, that we can get into our secret place and we're just worshiping him. We don't have to have all the things, that it's all about him, that we're always going back to the heart of who this is all about, because it's all about Jesus and it's all about him. So we got to make sure that we're keeping the main focus, that it is about him. Don't take his glory. There was a time when I look back on my life and I was like, yeah, that sounded really good, but where did Jesus go in it? Where did Jesus go? We got to make sure that he is our focus, that we're not so busy being busy that we're leaving him behind, because it's all about him. And so, you young ones coming up, or I see some young ones that are joining us here, like I can see them, and then I know there's more out there. Make sure that what you're doing is about who you're doing it for, and that you're not trying perfection, that you're always seeking him, because he should always remain the focus. He should always remain the main focus. Because I did do that. I remember looking back and, oh, that was pride, because pride's sneaky. You never know. It's a sneaky thing. So you have to check your heart and make sure your heart's right with the Lord and that you're doing it for the right reasons. So this is I'm sure that, probably this is one of those that we probably all know. This is actually a medley, so feel free to join in with worship and, sing along. Fades and all is stripped away, and I simply come, longing just to bring something that's a word that will bless your heart. I'll bring you more than a song, for a song in itself is not what you have required. You search much deeper within, through the way things appear. You're looking into my heart. I'm coming back to the heart of worship, when it's all about you. It's all about you, Jesus. I'm sorry, Lord, for the thing I've made it. It's all about you. It's all about you, Jesus. I'm coming back to the heart of worship, when it's all about you. It's all about you, Jesus. I'm sorry, Lord, for the thing I've made it, when it's all about you. It's all about you, Jesus. You are worthy of it all. You are worthy of it all. From you are all things, to you are
rise day and night, night and day, let incense rise. Day and night, night and day, let incense rise. Day and night, night and day, you are worthy of it all. You are worthy of it all. For from you are all things, to you are all things. You deserve the glory. I exalt thee. I exalt thee. I exalt thee. Oh Lord, you are worthy of it all. It's all about you, Jesus. I'm caught up in your presence. I just wanna sit here at your feet. I'm caught up in this holy moment. I never wanna leave. I'm not here for blessings. Jesus, you don't owe me anything more than anything that you can do. I just want you. And I'm sorry when I've just gone through the motions. I'm sorry when I just sang another song. Take me back to where we started. I open up my heart to you. And I'm sorry when I've come with my agenda. I'm sorry when I forgot that you're enough. Take me back to where we started. I open up my heart to you. I'm sorry when I've just gone through the motions. I'm sorry when I just sang another song. Take me back to where we started. I open up my heart to you. And I'm sorry when I've come with my agenda. I'm sorry when I forgot that you're enough. Take me back to where we started. I open up my heart to you. I just want you and nothing else, and nothing else. Jesus, nothing else will do. I just want you and nothing else, nothing else. Jesus, nothing else will do. Caught up in your presence. I just wanna sit here at your feet. I'm caught up in this holy moment. I never wanna leave.
Wow. Again, thank you so much for that. Again, amazing, amazing. And, we talk about a lot of different things, with praise and worship and things like that. And we go back to Matthew 6:33, which says, "But seek first his kingdom and his righteousness, and all these things will be given to you as well." And, through our lives, we've seen that. And, really, I guess, thank you for these songs tonight. So if we could ask one question, I guess, of you, again, growing up how you have and seeing and meeting so many different people, how do we pursue God today in this world of full of distractions, Facebook, Instagram, keeping up with the Joneses in a digital world? And who do you turn to? How do you discern who's the performer and who's the worshiper, right? How do we pursue him?
With as busy as we all are, it has to be intentional. You have to set aside time, just like we set aside time to build relationships with with either, keeping our relationships healthy with our spouses or, spending time with our kids. We have to be intentional about our time with the Lord, because the enemy will throw up every distraction possible. He will come in and he will tell you, you do not have time. You do not have time for the Lord. You don't have time to get in his word. You do not have time. We have to be intentional. The enemy will try to keep us from anything the Lord is trying to do in us, through us, with us, for us. And you just have to, literally, that's the word that is just, you have to be intentional. You have to set aside time, like even if it's just a verse a day, a worship song a day, turning off whatever you listen to now, maybe onto some more worship or something about Jesus that builds us up, because the enemy, he's going to throw everything he can at us. Because anytime we spend time with the Lord, it strengthens us in our walk with the Lord. It helps us grow closer to the Lord. It helps us build our relationship with the Lord. So be intentional, pursue him, and don't let the enemy come in and tell you that you can't pursue him because of what you did last night or where you've been in your past, or because the enemy will throw everything he can at you. He will throw your shame. He will throw your guilt. He will throw that you don't have the knowledge to get in his word. He's going to tell you that. So don't let him. You just got to just go after him. Get in your word. Say, okay, Lord, I'm going to give you a verse a day. And even though I may not understand it, because his word also says his word will not come back void, say, okay, Lord, I may not understand what this is, but maybe someday you'll use it. Maybe someday it'll be brought back to me. It's a living word. So find yourself in his word and let him do what he's going to do in you, or in the worship, let him going to do what he's going to do in you. But don't let the enemy keep you from him. It is part of what the enemy does, to tell us we're not worthy, to tell us we have shame, to tell us we have guilt, to tell us we're not good enough, to tell us we can't do what the Lord's calling us to do. The Lord calls us out of our comfort zones. We don't stay stuck in the same place. So this right here is not comfortable for me. Like, I've done some podcasts and that's still not comfortable for me. So when the Lord is calling you out of your comfort zone, you can almost guarantee you, if he's given you confirmation about coming out of it, doing whatever that is, no, you're not going to feel comfortable in it. You're not going to feel comfortable doing whatever the Lord is calling you to. So if he's calling to stretch you, it's going to be uncomfortable. If it doesn't feel like, but I'm not comfortable there. Well, we were never called to stay in our comfort zones. Growth happens outside of our comfort zones, and the growth in the Lord is the same. It happens outside of our comfort zone. So just keep going, and don't worry about messing up. Don't worry about that it's not perfect. Don't worry about I'm not worthy. Just understand the enemy is going to throw up whatever buttons he can push on you, whether it's insecurities, whether it's not being worthy, whether it's what you did last night, whether it's what you did last year, whatever buttons the enemy knows he can push with us, he will push them all the more. He will grab that magnifying glass and he will put it on your weaknesses, or whatever you feel your weakness is. Don't let the enemy do that to you, because that is his job. And he's a liar. He's a father of all the lies. So you keep going in the Lord, keep pursuing the Lord, no matter what the enemy throws up. Because just remember, it's a trick of the enemy. Whatever that may be, whatever the enemy's throwing up in front of you, it's a trick of him, and he just wants to keep you from the Lord. And the Lord's just, come on, I'm wooing you here. Come on, let's do this thing. So just keep going. Keep pushing through whatever the attacks of the enemy are, because the Lord's just waiting for you. Because this doesn't just affect you. This is a domino effect. So whenever you're pursuing the Lord, there's somebody coming after you waiting. There's somebody waiting for you to answer the call. There's somebody waiting for you today to answer the call, whether it's a friend, whether it's your kids, whether it's your grandkids, whether it's your cousins, your neighbors. Somebody's waiting on you. This is a domino effect. That's why the enemy tries so hard to keep us from the things of God, because he knows it's not about just our salvation. It's not about us pursuing the Lord. It is about us and whoever comes with us. So if the enemy is coming at you hard and heavy, there's because there's somebody coming after you. And typically we all touch somebody. We all touch somebody. So you keep going in the Lord. And don't you let the enemy lie to you and tell you everything that he wants to tell you that makes you insecure in whatever God's calling you to. Keep going. Watch God do what God's going to do in you. And you'll look back and go, I made it through. Believe me, there's been plenty of times I look back and I'm like, wow, Lord, look what you did. But don't steal God's glory. Don't forget that. Always give him the glory, because it's all about him. No matter how perfect you find yourself and you're like, wow, I can do these things now. Remember, don't steal God's glory. Always give him the glory. Always remember who it's about, because he's just ready for you to do the call, whatever he's calling you to. So keep going. Don't let the enemy trip you up. You go on.
Hashtag keep going, and really nothing else can be said when you talk about, people coming after. We look at Matthew 19:14, which says, Jesus said, let the little children come to me. Do not hinder them, for the kingdom of heaven belongs to such as these. So again, careful little eyes, like the old, small kids song, right? Careful little eyes what you see, because someone else is following along. So thank you so much again. Ministry definitely runs all night long here on Red's Worship Room. So thank you so much, Rosa, for joining us.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. I appreciate the invitation.